Guys, it's morning. It's Friday morning. Hello from Idaho. Ramsey says hello. Good morning from Idaho. Hey, let me get my TikTok family all situated and my YouTube family all situated. Today's topic is breaking down the science of work-life balance and entrepreneurship. Saying that 3 times fast. Entrepreneurship. I've struggled with that word a long time. Yes, my name is Tammy. I am a 30-year stay-at-home wife. And in 30 years, I've had 7 businesses. And I don't say those things to scare you off. I say that to encourage you. When I talk about business and work-life business, I'm talking specifically to people who have tried it, who've tried owning a business before, and maybe they've struggled. They didn't realize all that was involved. So welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. If you want to learn about having your own business, I really feel qualified to talk about this. I've had 7 businesses and well, technically, yeah, they all were ended up being tax write-offs. But today I found something so amazing that has changed my life. And that's why I want to share, especially this topic of the work-life balance when you're a business owner. So if that's something that's ever intimidated you, you've never owned a business and you didn't know, how do I even fit this into what I'm doing now? We're going to talk about that. Okay. So let's learn. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, welcome to my YouTube family and my TikTok family. Thank you for being here today. Hello. So can you? Okay, this is the question of the day. Welcome. It's Friday morning. Question of the day. Can you really grow a successful business without sacrificing your personal life? Yes or no? Hand wave. Do you understand? Are you a business owner? What do you think about that work-life trade-off as a business owner? Now, I've had jobs. I worked before my kids were born. And my last job I had, my baby was 20 months old and my youngest was 4 months old. So yes, I had 2 kids under 2 and such a blessing. And I lost my job. And ever since losing my job, I have been on the search, on the hunt for finding the right business. So I really think it all comes down to finding a really good business, something you can commit to and get excited about. And that's why I love promoting digital products. I can tell you between all the businesses I've had in the past, why this makes such a difference. I'm a big why person. Any of you ever get in trouble for asking too many questions? Write that in the comment, right? Do you ask too many questions and you've gotten in trouble? I love to ask why. Why do we do it this way? Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to do it now, right? Give me a hands up. You know what I'm talking about. You're that person who asks too many questions. And generally, I love to learn. And that's where it came from. I have to understand more about something. And yet sometimes you might get that answer. You know the answer. Because I said so. That's your reason. I mean, I literally remember asking my mom, why do we have to dust today? Like, I'm a kid, right? Nobody's coming over. Why do we have to dust, right? I didn't understand the concepts of keeping your house a certain way, protecting your furniture because you want it to last longer. Any of these concepts, they were new to me. So I asked, why? I'm always asking why. And so when you look at having a new business, I want you to be prepared. You're going to have a lot of questions, but sometimes is it the right question, right? Because there's so much coming at you when you are a business owner. Have you experienced that you don't even know which step to take first, right? And if you just had a coach or somebody right behind you telling you, oh yeah, look, we're going to do this, we're going to do this next, right? It would kind of make life really easy. In fact, I have an example. I wanted to learn how to crochet. My grandma loved to crochet. She did afghans and large projects, and said, Mimi, can you help me learn how to crochet? And she's like, sure, here's a book. Now, I love to learn, and maybe that's where it started, you know, figuring things out on your own. It's good to be a problem solver, right? I understand that. But I would have loved to have her, sit next to you and say, okay, we're going to do this and that. And I imagine she would be a great teacher. But instead, she said, here's the book that I learned from, so you figure it out. Okay. And I ended up learning how to crochet wrong. I wrapped my yarn the wrong way. And it wasn't for a long time later that someone who was very professional and proficient at it said, oh, you wrap your yarn wrong. And I never knew. You just don't know to ask whatever questions. Like, it never occurred to me you could do something the opposite way, right? And it would be wrong. And when I received that correction, you have two choices. Have you been there? You've done a habit for so long, and someone gives you a correction. You have two choices. Am I willing to break a habit to do something the right way? Or am I going to settle because it was comfortable, because I'm used to it now. I want to keep doing it my way. And you make all these excuses. Well, it's just for me. It's just, I'm not selling it. It's just for, it's nothing. It's no big deal. Versus, you know what? If I want to do my best, then I need to do things correctly. And I want to make it look professional, looked right. You know what? It made life so much easier. It was actually faster. You could follow directions better and have your item come out correctly. Like, just all the little things you're not prepared. You didn't realize that one little tweak affected, right? It had a ripple effect of all the mistakes. So that's why I want to come to you today. And we're going to talk about the work and life balance. Can we call it balance? In being a business owner and entrepreneurship. So do I have any business owners in the house? Give me a wave. Good morning, Shannon and Marzi. Hello. And Shannon, this is awesome. Thank you, guys. I have had, like I've said, 7 businesses. And my very first business I had right after I lost my job. My husband planted a seed saying, well, why don't you start your own? And I'm not somebody who it never crossed my mind, because I didn't think that's how life was supposed to be. My daddy worked 9 to 5 and he was home by 5, and we went for bike rides and mommy had dinner. Like, that's how I thought life was. And then I met my husband, who worked hard and had side businesses. He's always had a business. And so for him to say, hey, let's have a business, you can do this. Okay, right? There's things you wish you'd known at the time. And he was so supportive. And I believed his vision and how I could be a business owner. But it literally took over my life. And here I'm a stay-at-home mom. We decided not to put the kids back into daycare, right? Because I'm starting a business and now we have less income. And how are we supposed to manage that one bill alone, right? You know how expensive childcare is. And so we decided I'm going to be a stay-at-home and run a business. And it just took over my life, because there was so much to learn. There were so many things to do. So there was no balance. Just because I had my babies in the back seat wasn't quality family time, right? It was a a graphic arts business for realtors, and I had to create their flyers as a digital artist and produce the cards and the flyers and the mailers and all of these things for the realtors and get it to the copy shops, do the delivery, do the billing, the invoicing, collecting the monies, having a separate banking account, so many details. And the one detail I absolutely missed was marketing. So eventually that business dwindled as realtors changed or moved or whatever happened. I didn't have that customer base. And yet I poured all my energy and time, ignoring the kids at times. The dinner wasn't ready at time. Like, it just was so consuming. So those are lessons learned about how do you have a work and life balance. I prioritized my clients more than my family. So there's actually something, there's a psychology of balance. If you are a business owner, right? Raise your hand, all my business owners in the house. You realize you have to almost separate them. How do you get your brain to say, I'm not going to think about business when I'm with my family, and I'm not going to think about my family when I'm doing my business? How do you keep that focus? It's really, really difficult. And then there's business owners who take their jobs with them wherever they go, right? Because they want that family vacation to be a tax write-off. All I have to do is talk about my business. And, while we're skiing in Colorado, and I can write off this trip to Colorado. Like, it's always with you. What if there was another way? What if you could work 2 hours a day with your cell phone and social media, and you could let go and relax and be present with your family? Be present with, your aging father, right? I'm old Gen X. I am old Gen X. And so I have an aging father and I have a grandbaby, and I want to be with them. I want to do things with them, take on trips, go places, even just to be on the phone, right? These are things you're going to notice as a business owner. How much time do you have to be fully present with a family member? And yeah, so, I said, I'm old Gen X. Here's my phone, talking to my dad on the phone. He's out of state. I have an aunt who's out of state. They're in their 80s. And you want to continue relationships with them. But if your business is all consuming, you start losing track of that because they're not in your face. They're not demanding your attention, right? As an empty nester, you think, oh, look at all this free time. And then you start a business and it takes up all your time. And you don't have that freedom. Anybody know what I'm talking about? You want that joy of just picking up and going somewhere for the weekend, for the day. And you don't have that freedom because you're worried about texting your next client and making appointments and doing the projects. I just saw online about a business. This man was saying, this is a great business. You can work less than 30 hours a week. Okay. Yes, that's not a 40, 50, 60-hour week, but what is it, right? And the man had a mattress store. So he has to rent the building, rent the space, buy the product, and it's not, tiny, small product. He's showing this huge room, but he's like, this is how I run my business. I make appointments. It's by appointment only. And if you can get people, say 7 appointments and 5 show up and they're buying mattresses at what, $500 a pop, $1,000 a pop, that's a nice income. But think of all the overhead. Think of all the product he's got stacked up. And if he doesn't show up that day, then what? right? Versus promoting digital products, having a 2-hour workday, and then it's a digital product. There's no inventory. That's why I love this business in comparison to the other things I've done. I've had businesses where I've had to hold on to product. I sold things on eBay. So you're always on the hunt for product. You're taking your pictures, your listings, you're updating your listings and all the fees and the delivery and the shipping and it's a lot. And it's taking up whatever space, right? I had mine in the living room. It's taking up space. Like this poor man with his inventory of mattresses. I Now I love shop owners. I love shopping. I get that. There's people that love one-on-one interactions. There's people that love providing a service and meeting a need. Well, I do too, but I much prefer doing it online in the digital world. As an introvert, if you're looking for an introvert-friendly business, I would suggest promoting digital products. One, you can speak to more people than these one-on-one interactions. This man had to make appointments, and he was lucky to have 7 appointments. Or I can promote and have my social media content is always available and searchable. I have videos on YouTube that are always available and searchable. And the product that I'm promoting is digital. When my customers are ready at midnight, because that's when they found me and they realize I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I would rather have a home business. And they click on those links. These automated systems make it available for them when they're ready. They didn't have to make an appointment with me. And for crying out loud, you can buy a mattress on Amazon. Click, click, click. We shop online. So I appreciate that video, but that's for me, right? As a grandma, as an empty nester, I don't want that kind of business. I want more flexibility. And when we're talking about, we started talking about, I know I get off track a little bit. We started talking about the work-life balance of a business owner. And the one thing you're going to notice immediately is the psychology of balance. You know, it's literally science. There's been studies done of having a work and life balance. You can't be 100 miles an hour in your business and think your family's going to thrive. And you can't be 100% invested in your family and think you're going to make an income to support the family. So granted, there has to be a balance. So how are you going to make that happen, right? So first, just understand the psychology of it. It's normal. When you are a brand new business owner, it's normal for it to overcome your life. That's how my business started. My very first business was all I thought about was getting my clients work to them as fast as possible. Now, this is before, the digital world. This was 100 years ago, 30 years ago. Yes, I could make my product online, but at that time, mailers was a big thing. Getting your postcards out into the neighborhood when you're selling a house was number one priority. And then when the market got hot, they didn't care anymore, right? Because people just knocked and bought things. And then when the market slows down, they start really hitting the marketing. And I felt that was my priority. I had to be there when they needed me immediately. Well, that was losing focus for my family. I couldn't tell my clients, or I chose not to tell my clients, no, I can't get it to you until Tuesday. Like, I didn't give myself any cushion, any room, because I had this self-imposed feeling that I have to do it and I have to do it now, or I'm going to lose this client, or my client might lose business and it'll all be my fault. Like, you get these crazy thoughts. I did. And I just want to present this to you that you would understand the cost of doing business to your family. The So what's the cost of freedom? I love my friend Tasha who gave that quote to me. What's the cost of freedom? If you choose to have tons of family time, somebody's not making any money. And now you don't have the freedom to go the places you want to go. But if you spend all your time with work on your mind, like how I prioritized my clients over my family and never told them no, then you can lose that relationship with your families. Families struggle with this all the time. And especially in our economy today, right? Dads are working 2 jobs. Moms are contributing, which I love moms contributing. Moms need to be contributing. I want that for you. I've always wanted that for myself, to have, my own money, but to say I helped. I helped. And I totally think it's biblical. It's what we are meant to use our gifts and to serve others. And so that's why I'm teaching today. I want to bring you this information as well. So I hope I got that point across. The psychology of balance, it's a real thing, right? It's not a luxury, but to have this balance is good for your health. We know this. It's good for your health. Too much stress, too much concern, right? You're putting all your energy into work. And especially if you work 9 to 5, right? So how many people have corporate jobs and they're giving so much? My husband had that kind of job. He actually ran high-rise buildings and he was on call 24 hours a day. So one of the reasons we missed my daughter's wedding was because he didn't have enough notice to put things in place for him to be gone. Nor did we have the funds to take the last minute plane trip, right? Her husband's going to be deployed. They decide at last minute to get married and boom, boom, we couldn't be there. I don't want that for you. I don't want that to ever happen again. Imagine if something came up in your family, right? Do you have aging parents? If something came up and they needed you there, could you do it? Could you drop everything and know my bank account's going to be okay? I have a flexible job that I can do from anywhere. What would that feel like? You guys, you're quiet today, but thank you. All right. We're going to talk about now time management. Hey, good morning, friend. Hello, Francis. Time management and prioritizing. All right, it's prioritizing, but I only got prioritize on there. Time management. Effective time management is the backbone of work-life balance. So if any of you are, thank you. Thank you, Francis. You're amazing. I appreciate you. If you are looking to be your own boss, right? Many of us would love to have that independence, that control of our time, that control of what we do, the control of when we're working. How do you do that? Well, it might take something you're not used to. So if you're coming from the corporate world, and this is what I did when I had my first business, I had a job and then I decided to do that job at home. And I didn't realize It's not the same. It's really not the same. When you have somebody depending on you to punch in at 8 o'clock and to leave at 4 o'clock, and you get your 30-minute lunch, right? That everything's scheduled for you. It's like you're back in school, right? The bell rings every 50 minutes, bang, bang, stop what you're doing, do the next thing. Stop what you're That's what like a work life is like. And when you come home and you decide to have your own business, I think that's why my very first job was all consuming. It was all I thought about because I didn't have time management skills. When I had a job, other people managed my time. Other people told me when and where and what to do. And when you're a business owner, you get to make those decisions. Hallelujah. Except you have to be in charge of making all the decisions. And that's the struggle. You have to learn some time management. You have to start prioritizing what's important. You have to prioritize where to go, what to do, and when, and what the next step is. Do you understand? That's the hard part. You have to change from that job mentality to being a business owner. And being a business owner means you've got to be good at problem solving and love it, because all the six-figure earners, million-dollar earners, more, they're good at problem solving. And when you let every little thing come up and bother you, and all you do is complain about it and talk about it, and it versus fixing it, coming up with solutions. And guys, that takes practice. I'm not saying you have to be good at it today, but think about it, right? Millionaires aren't always concerned about every little detail. They make a decision and move on. And this is my gift my husband has given me. You can always make another decision. So you made a decision and it didn't work out. Make another decision. You can do that. You're the boss. Learn from your mistakes, move on. Grow and move on. So this is what we're talking about with time management. If you're not good at time management, get good at time management. Figure it out. Solve that problem. That first business I had took up so much time, filled so much space, like all my bandwidth was taken up with that. Versus could I learn? I work from 9 to 12 and then I move on. And I can tell my client, I have to move on today. Can I get you your product tomorrow? And it's up to him to say, yeah. Or, oh no, I have a deadline for something and I should have communicated that with you, whatever, right? Learn to have communication. That's a problem-solving skill. And it helps with your time management and learning how to prioritize, right? So when I found promoting digital products 3 months ago, this is how much I've learned in 3 months. In 3 months, I've come to really hone in on that time management because I want a 2-hour-a-day business. How do you do that? Well, it was a learning curve. I will give you that. But it was step-by-step directions. I had someone who had been there and done that and knew what was required, and I could follow that step-by-steps and get that education I needed to be able to work 2 hours. So what do I do in my 2 hours? I have social media. I create content for 3 times a day. I post 3 times a day. I love to go live. I never thought that. That was one of the things that scared me to death because it was brand new. I mean, of course it's going to scare you to death. You've never done it before. If it didn't scare you, I don't know. But going live and stepping back. What did I learn? Going live, what did I learn? What do I want to do different? Right? Imagine working 2 hours a day and it's focused and it's income producing activities. When I post social media content, it's there forever and it's searchable. The same with my YouTube. The content is searchable and people can find me. That's why I do a little bit every day. New content every day. Because you never know who's going to be coming new to your page and discovering. And then if you started today, right? I started 3.5 months ago with nothing and started a brand new TikTok account. But every single day, you are adding 3 pieces of content slowly and slowly. You've got a built up library of information, right? Hey, Robin, welcome. Hey, friend, thank you for popping in. Hey, how is it going? We love 2-hour work days, but don't you agree, Robin? It took time to figure out. Like it wasn't like boom, I know what I'm doing, and boom, I've got it all figured out. It was a learning curve. For me, it was a learning curve. Because I was new to TikTok, I had to understand that platform. So, yeah, see, it took time. So, did I go live right away? Of course not. I had to get comfortable making 3 pieces of content every day. And I had to learn, where am I getting the information from? I had to learn the program enough to talk about it. See, it's a new skill, right? You're learning those new skills. So, prioritize learning the new skills. And eventually you will be so proficient at a 2-hour workday. So I was copy and pasting ads. That was a learning curve. Where am I going to post? What am I going to post? Right? But you learn step by step, and slowly you get there, and then you get faster and faster and and then I could do it in 30 minutes. I could hit 10 sites in 30 minutes. Same with my content. In fact, today I can make content fairly quickly that I'll make an extra, or I'll make 2 extra just to have in the bank. I can save them in drafts and I can save them there. And if something ever comes up the next day, I've got content ready to go. So that's how these skills just keep building and you get better and better. When I started 3 months ago, I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. Right? Hey, oh, of course. And you have to give yourself grace, right? You know what I'm talking about. You don't learn those skills in one day. Sorry to say, if you think this is a get rich quick scheme to make 6 figures, to have $1 million in your bank account, and especially if you've never done it before, right? I have a feeling Robin and I, brand new, I didn't even understand digital marketing, let alone having digital products. Now, as an artist, I knew I could scan something and make it digital. Okay, so when I heard digital marketing, I thought, is this going to be something that can teach me how I can sell on Etsy? And I was like, well, yeah, you will learn the digital marketing skills to sell something wherever, whatever the platform. But oh, wow, right? When we got into legacy builders and you saw the library of e-learning available, my eyes just popped out of my head. One, I love education. If I could be a professional student, which, you know what? I'm going to call that this. You can become a professional student and make money online because you can earn while you're learning. So, having a 2-hour workday, managing your time took time. So, I have an e-learning platform that I'm learning the skills on how to do TikTok the right way. And maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you want to learn how to do YouTube the right way. There's an e-learning platform that I learned from and these digital products that I'm offering. But understand, right? When you are new to business, it might feel all consuming. And I want you to let go of that. Know to anticipate it, to know that that's normal, but then if you want to have work-life balance, right? Oh, you're so sweet. Thanks, Robin. Have a great day. Understand that's normal, right? I've had 7 businesses. They really kind of consume me. I love I love learning. But if you want balance, if you want to be present for your family, which I think we do, but when something consumes us, then we lose that. And I don't want you to lose your family, the thing you were working hard for, because your new business kind of took over. So I want you to recognize that it's normal, but you can do something about it. And we're going to start with time management and prioritizing things. That's really a big key of having a work-life balance. But truthfully, right, promoting digital products 2 hours a day leaves plenty of time to have and do the things you want to do, to live life on your own terms, right? I love to craft. I love to create. Well, if I can put 2 hours of work in, I have the rest of the day I can do the things I want to do. I belong to different women's groups at my church. I want to be involved in their activities. If I have a 2-hour workday that's flexible, let's put that in, then I can have time to do the things I want to do. You know, what's a priority for you? To take trips? You want to go on a cruise? You want to go on a vacation? You can take this with you. You can take this 2 hours a day with you. One, because it's giving you that financial freedom, right? Creating new content every day means I'm reaching a new audience every day. Means somebody new could find me and they will get a solution to a problem they've been looking for. I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss helping someone. So I'm willing to make content. I'm willing to go live and have conversations with people. And I love that I can help them that way. If you're looking for a 2-hour workday using your cell phone and social media, then that's a way to help others. Okay, so number 3, let's get to number 3. Oh, setting boundaries. Ooh. I would say, all right, I couldn't fit setting boundaries, so I put setting a boundary. Setting boundaries. Saying no. Saying no is tough. I couldn't do it in my first business. I gave my clients everything, all my time, all my energy, I gave them so much because I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove that I could be the best. I wanted to prove that I could supply their needs for business. And I never said no. I never said no. Ouch. How do you have work-life balance if you've never said no? I could say no to my kids. I could say no to my husband. No, dinner's not ready. No, I'm not taking you out to the park right now. I've got to finish this, and I'm working on the computer. But I would never tell my clients no. If you want work-life balance, you have to learn to say no. So one of the things I love about promoting digital products, being a digital marketer, is that I don't have to say no. I'm talking about a work-life balance for business owners. And I have found the best way to manage the the feelings of overwhelm and managing my time and setting boundaries has been with digital marketing. I love promoting digital products in 2 hours a day with my cell phone, and I get to use social media. It has been a gift. I still get to be creative. I make social media content. I still get to have free time because it's a 2-hour workday. I had to learn those skills. But when you set boundaries and you say, I am going after, right? I want to pay off my debt. What is it that you want? Are you looking for $1 million in the bank? I want my house paid for. I have been in debt. Well, life, right? You always, me, buy high, sell low multiple times, and it catches up with you. So when we moved to Idaho, I, it always sounds right at the time, but you've been, you've made decisions that seemed right at the time. Okay. And so we bought a house, and I still have 28 more years of mortgage left. I'm going to be 86 when I get this house paid for. I've already had 30 years of home mortgage. The next 28 years is $150,000 in interest. This is my goal. This house is going to be paid for in 3 years, helping people learn how to pay their house off in 3 years, right? That's what I love about promoting digital products. I have a way for you to work 2 hours a day and you can make an income. Now, maybe you're looking for $900 a week. Maybe you're looking for $900 a day. That's 300,000 in a year. Now it's proven. It's already been done. So I don't have to feel like, oh, I'm learning from scratch, right? In my 7 businesses I've had in the past, it was all figuring it out on my own versus I came to this product and realized there's a community behind me. It's already been shown to work. And here we are. Now I set boundaries. Now I have good time management. And I understand, I knew already the psychology of having a work-life balance in the 30 years that I've had other businesses. It can be so all-consuming. I don't have to have that anymore. That's free. I'm done with that. You have to get good at it. I will admit it doesn't happen overnight. When you are learning digital marketing and it's new, it takes a little bit of time. But I was used to making videos. I don't know if you ever get on my YouTube and watch any of my videos. I was reading books to my grandbaby and recording them so she could watch them. She lived out of state. I got comfortable with the camera. I was used to talking to the camera. Some people, that's a huge struggle. And maybe faceless marketing is more your speed. That's fine. You can do that too. But that's what has given me time freedom, financial freedom, and it's changed me. I love what I'm doing. I'm happy to show up every day at 8 o'clock and have time with you guys. So setting boundaries to me really has to do with saying no. I'm not going to do another program. I'm not going to go and join something else. I'm not going to run this way and that way and do all the things. right? Even how many platforms I'm on. I'm choosing 2 platforms. Now, how many other platforms, right? You could be doing this business on Pinterest. You could be doing this business with Facebook. I could be in all these places. LinkedIn. There's people doing this business everywhere, sharing the good news of digital marketing. But I've said no. No. Can you set those boundaries so you can have a good work and life balance? It's there. You can do it. And just know you don't have to do it all yourself. I'm talking about legacy builders. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm at nevertoolateincome.com, and you can get way more information on what digital marketing is, how to promote digital products, done for you products. You don't have to create these. Go to nevertoolateincome.com. I want to send you more information. If you put your email in here, and immediately you'll hear back from me with information. In fact, there'll be a blueprint to 6 figures doing digital marketing. Don't you want the roadmap on how to earn an income with digital marketing? If you had those steps that people are making 6 figures, people do have $1 million. Like, it's possible. It takes some time. You have to be able to say no, and you have to understand, don't let it over consume you and your family. So those are just a few tips I had for you today. Hey, give a subscribe, follow me. Thank you for the hearts and the new follows. I appreciate you guys so much. Hey, you guys have a great day, and I will catch you this weekend. I will be back on Saturday and Sunday. So you guys have an awesome, awesome Friday. You guys stay blessed. Thank you for joining me. And thank you, my YouTube family. You guys are amazing as always. I enjoy speaking with you every morning. And go ahead and give me a subscribe. Like this video, comment. I'd love to respond and see what you're thinking. What's been a struggle with you when you started your own business? And I would love to share how digital marketing has actually solved a lot of my problems in business. I have found an awesome solution. So thank you for joining me. You guys have a great day.